morning. Welcome to Digital Art with Mr. Cox. We're going to be going over Photoshop tools and layers. So first of all, I'd like for you to create a new file. Let's just leave it at 5 inches by 5 inches with a 300 ppi. Make sure that you have a CMYK color scheme. And the first thing we're going to talk about are the tools. If you hover over the tools, which are located all the way on the left, you will see that it gives you a brief explanation, sometimes a working example of what's happening with that tool, and the shortcut key, so the key on the keyboard that lets you use that tool. So for the move tool, that would be V. It's hard to see what the move tool does while we have nothing on our canvas. So let's just go down. If you left click and hold the left click down, it gives you other options under the tool that's there. So underneath the brush tool, which is what I have selected right now, I have the options for pencil tool, color replacement, or mixer brush. I'm just going to leave this on the brush tool. Paints custom brush strokes. This is going to become much more important once we start using the tablets. At the top, you'll see a list of changeable options for what my tool is doing. If I select a different tool, that list changes up at the top. So on the brush tool, the first drop-down menu, this is where you'll find presets if we make any presets. The second one, this is showing me what is the shape of my brush, and I can search different brush types. I can go through general brushes, dry media, wet media, special effects brushes. These all have different effects. On your own personal version of Photoshop, you can probably download additional brushes. I don't know if the school issued Photoshop licenses are going to let you download brushes, but eventually we'll go into making custom brushes. So if you need a custom brush, you'll be able to. Say I just select Kyle's Ultimate Pastel Palooza. Modes we'll get into later. You can see there's a lot of different things you can change. Opacity, this is how much of this brush do you see. So at opacity 100, if it's at 100, it is opaque. So opacity and opaque go together. And if it's opaque, you cannot see through it. The opposite of opaque is transparent. So if I change my opacity down and then I do a line, you can see through it. So you can see that checkerboard pattern in the back because it's not solid. So here's one at 70. This will be a good time to talk about your layers. Your layers are, think about stacking a bunch of pieces of glass on top of each other. Each layer is a piece of glass that you can see through. So on this layer 1, I drew these 3 lines. I can stack a new piece of glass down here by creating a new layer, the little plus sign. Oh, that's underneath the Mr. Cox instructs. Okay, there's a little plus sign with a box. Here, let's fix that. Boop, there we go. So there's this little plus sign with a box that adds a layer. The garbage can deletes the layer that you have selected. You can see now I can select between these 2 layers. Layer 1, layer 2. I can create new groups. We'll talk about groups eventually. A new fill, don't worry about that yet. Don't worry about that yet. So don't worry about these ones yet. Just the fact that we can make a new layer or delete a layer is all you need to know for right now. The order that the layer is in also matters. If the layer is on top, that means that piece of glass is on top of the piece of glass underneath of it. If you left click, you can drag it underneath. Now I've changed the order of my pieces of glass. This is easiest to see if I have more content on my canvas. So for layer 1, this is where I have these 3 lines drawn. You can kind of see it if you look real close. You can see that example. For layer 2, what I'm going to do is go over here all the way to the left. You can see these 2 colors that I've chosen. I can select the left one, but left click it. Now it lets me sample what color I want. So I'm on layer 2. I came over here and switched my color up. Let's change my opacity back to 100. And let's make a line. Now you can see right here where the two top lines intersect, so where they cross over, the green line is behind the black line. That's because the layer that has the black line is on top of the layer that has the green line. If I move the layer that has the green line on top, now you can see the green line is on top of the black lines. So I'll switch this back and forth a couple times. Another neat thing you can do is, let's say I want to see what I'm doing, but on this layer I have a lot of information. And I'm like, oh, but I need to draw something behind this on my green layer. How am I going to do that? Well, I can hit the little eyeball. That didn't delete it. All it did was hide it. So if I turn off the eye, I can't see it anymore. Here's the trick with layers. The layer you have highlighted is the layer that you're drawing on. If I turn this eye off, if I try to paint, it's going to say that my target layer is hidden. It's not broken. Okay, that little X, that crossout sign, just means you're trying to do something that's weird. If I select the correct layer, so layer 2, now I can draw again. You're like, oh, but what happened to my information on layer 1? It's still there. And I can click, drag, and drop it. So that's the basics of layers. The paintbrush tool, you can change the size. So let's say I want it really big or really small. And depending on what you're doing, I think it changes things. So that's a much softer brush. Under the brush tool, remember left click, hold down. You'll see there's the option for the pencil tool. And the pencil tool, you can change the size of the lead of your pencil. Add a layer, go in. Let's make a color selection change. So I'm just using my mouse right now, which is honestly kind of hard to write with. Eventually we're going to get out the tablets and we're going to learn how to do things with the tablets. So that's the pencil tool. Let's go up and see what that move tool does. Alright, so let's say I really want that green layer to exist, but I need to move it just a little bit. Well, I can go to layer, I can go to the move tool, and now I can click and drag and move it wherever I want. Accidentally grab the layer underneath it. When you're moving things, be careful that you actually grab something on that layer. And let's say you're having a hard time grabbing it because I got too many things too close together to move the thing I want. If you select the layer, you can use the arrow keys to move that layer. So right now I'm just using my arrow keys on my keyboard to move the layer.